it's just you and Jenna, it's just you and Jenna.
That way Jenna can yell at me. It'll be cool. It's fine. All right, I'll turn this up. Oop. Hopefully the music's still playing.
The game hasn't started.
Oh, there we go. Okay. There's that.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and give us, it's perfect too, because like me, I'm a big creature of habit, so a lot of our warm-up's gonna stay the same. Actually, completely the same, at least for our warm-up, and then we're gonna do the same circuits, 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of rest. I believe that sometimes I try to make changes. I think the only change that I made to one of our workouts was the second workout in the first circuit. Instead of a stagnant alternate curl, we're just gonna do alternate curls and alternate overhead presses, no holds necessary. So that should make things, I don't wanna say easier, but make them less complicated. But we'll go ahead and get warmed up because now I've been on my knees too long and I'm all stiff. Okay, so we're gonna go through a general warm up. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. And if you're joining us many times before, you know exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna go through our squats, lunges, and deadlifts for our warm-up this afternoon, sorry. I haven't been outside yet, so it's not, it's all the same time to me. And each exercise, there's 3 of them for 3 rounds. Are gonna be 30 seconds of work with 10 seconds of transition time, at least for our warm-up. So the clock should be right here in the bottom of the screen. I will do my best to keep time. I need glasses, so we're gonna work with what we got today. So we're gonna start with our feet in squat position, a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and we're just gonna push our butt back and come back up. So when we talk about a squat, I'm sure you've heard this before from me many times, but you wanna make sure the majority of your weight is in your heels. You're just gonna push the booty back, keeping the toes pointed towards, well, right now it's the side of the room, but normally it would be towards the front of the room. Using those hands for balance, making sure the knees stay over the shoelaces or your toes. You have another 5, 4, I'm already out of breath, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bring the feet directly underneath the hips. So your feet should line up with your hips here. I'm gonna start with my right leg first. Make sure there's nothing behind you. We're gonna take a giant step back, lunge, and then come back to center. So from the front, it looks exactly like this, making sure both hips stay pointed towards the front of the room. From the side, you want to think about bending that back knee to 90 and breathing. Woo, sometimes I have to remind myself to breathe, excuse me. Making sure that 95% of that weight is in that front heel. Both knees, should be at 90. Woo. Exhale, coming back up. My second favorite exercise, or stretching exercise, deadlift. Starting just like we were in our lunges, feet underneath our hips, slide the hands down the legs. Now in this position, I can't remember, because it's been more than 7 days since we last saw each other. You want to make sure that the knees are soft. So from this position, we're not straightening our knees, we're keeping a little bit of a bend, and we're just hinging at the hips here. Hopefully bringing that face to look forward to keep that spine nice and neutral. Weight again is in the heels. You have another 5. Breathe. 4, 2, and 1. Exhale, coming back up. We're going to do bilateral movements again, just as a refresher. Right hand, left knee, or left heel, but we're going to squat while we do that. So we're going to wiggle our right fingertips. We're going to squat down and try to touch that ankle. Oh, if you're me, I can only touch my knee. Exhale back to center, and now wiggle our left fingertips, touching the right knee. So what this does is just make sure that that squat gets a little deeper from the side profile shot, pushing the booty back, keeping the shoulders as square as you can. Exhale, coming back up. If you don't feel like touching that opposite leg, please, you do not have to. This is your workout, not mine. One more time for me, and now coming back up. Feet directly underneath the hips. I'm going to take a step back with my right leg. For my lunges, I'm going to wiggle my right fingertips, and I'm going to take a step back and touch my left knee. Now, if you can, if you're daring, touching that ankle is totally acceptable. The one thing I want you to think about is keeping those abdominals on. They're going to help you to not tip over. I know, I've tipped over a lot, so you want to make sure to pull that in that abdominal wall. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. You're breathing, inhale through the nose. Exhale with your mouth. The other one, have another 3, 2, and 1. My first all-time favorite stretch. We're going to take our right hand and slide it down our left leg. Looking forward at that beautiful face in the mirror. Going back to those deadlifts. And we're going to bring our left hand up and turn towards the ceiling. Exhale, come up. Again, one of the only purposes of these bilateral movements is just to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. If you don't feel ready, if you're not warm enough yet, you can please feel free to just keep back to those deadlifts. You're still working the exact same muscle groups. Whew. In 3, 2, and 1. Last and final 3 stretches. This is where we really start to stretch really, I don't want to say really hard, but really get deep into those stretches. Back to that squat position. Feet a little bit wider than your hips. We're going to come down. Fingertips can touch the floor, or if you're feeling flexible enough, palm the floor. I'm going to take my right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back to center, and come up. Side profile. You want to make sure that that booty stays down so you're not here. You're here. I'm going to bring my right hand on the floor, left hand up to ceiling. We normally don't do too many of these since they take up a little bit of time. If you'd like to keep going, you are more than welcome to. You know exactly what's going to happen next. We're going to do that back step lunge and turn it into a runner's lunge. So if you want to keep with your squats, that's totally fine with me. Right leg first. Taking a giant step back. I got to look where I'm going. You're going to put that right hand on the floor. Left hand up to ceiling. A little bit of a twist. If anything hurts or feels uncomfortable, please come out of the stretch. You absolutely do not have to do these. Right now I took a left step back. Right hand up towards the ceiling, left hand on the floor, and coming back up. Alternating legs each time, making sure that knee stays over that ankle. Whew. 95% of that weight in that front heel. Whew. And then finally, toy soldiers. Again, we're still stretching the posterior muscle groups. So arms come out to shoulder level. You look like a T. We're going to wiggle our right fingertips, and we're going to raise our left toe. Ooh, I'm a little stiff today. So as you just noticed, I just waved at my left toe with my right hand. You absolutely do not have to touch your toe. That eventually will be the goal. You want to make sure to keep that spine nice and neutral. Breathing, abdominals on. Woo! That was almost there. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the top. We're almost done with our warm-up. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth in 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Beautiful job. So, if you need a few more moments to warm up, that's totally fine with me, because I'm going to take just a few, oops, that's not what we wanted. I just want to take a few seconds to explain the next, I don't know if I can figure it out, sorry. I just want to take a few seconds to demonstrate 4 exercises that we have for 40 seconds each with 15 seconds of rest or transition time in between each one. We're going to be doing every exercise twice. So I'll be offering modifications. I do have a pair of 8-pound dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, soda cans, jugs of water, anything that's weighted, please feel free to use them. But I will be offering body weight modifications as well. Anything hurts or feels uncomfortable, please do not do the exercise. You can always jog in place. You can always punch the screen, well, not the screen, you can pretend you're punching me. Any way to keep that heart rate elevated. So we're going to do our first exercise for 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of transition time. This is not my favorite in the world. If you have a mat, I would put the mat down here to protect your knees, or if you're on carpet, great. From this position, we're going to be on our knees, hands in front for balance. I'm going to take one foot, come up, next foot up, come up, air squat, and then come back down. So we're doing a squat up to air squat for 40 seconds, first of 4 exercises. From this position, abdominals on. My goal is to keep my booty in line with my knees. One leg, then the other, come up, 1 air squat, and then come back down. So we do that for 40 seconds of work. You absolutely do not have to do 40 reps. You do as many as you can that you feel comfortable with in the first 40 seconds. Exercise number 2, this is where your dumbbells come in. You can do this exercise off your knees if you need to challenge your core a little more. Since I'm already here, I'll just demonstrate it. From here, we're going to curl one hand, the right, then the left. From there, we're going to do presses, so right, left, again. If you have dumbbells, soda cans, or water jugs, you're going to go right hand, left hand. Bring the dumbbells up over your shoulders, right arm, left arm. Now if you don't have any dumbbells, easy peasy. We're going to do push-ups Off of our knees, what does it look like? So we're gonna do single arm push-up. Bring that right arm out. 1, back to center. 2, back to center. So 40 seconds of work from the side. If you don't have any dumbbells, bring that left hand out. Push up, back to center. Right hand out. Oh, back to center. I'll be going back and forth. That's exercise 2 of 4. Exercise 3 of 4. This is where we start to get our heart rate up. 4 toe jacks to 1 burpee. Now if you remember all the way back to week 1, when we went through burpees, high plank position here. Option 1, off your hands, off your toes. You're gonna pop out for 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 4th position, my feet are wide. I'm gonna burpee up, back down. Option 2, off your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the feet up. You do not have to hang out in that high plank position. You can do it off your toes, off your knees, whatever is most comfortable for you today. You also don't have to do the burpee. You can just do an air squat. You can do knee tucks. I'll demonstrate a few when we actually go through the exercise. Our final 4th exercise for 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. 2 toy soldiers, just like we did in our warm-up, to 2 elbows to knees. This is working this. All of our core, arms out like a T. 1, 2 toy soldiers, to 1, 2 elbows to knees. So you're keeping the arms out. This is really going to tax your shoulders. Arms out, head lifted, shoulders relaxed, abdominals on. You're going to hear me say it 15,000 times. So if you have, I was going to say, if you have any questions, you can always throw stuff at the screen. I'm going to take it nice and slow, at least for the first round. Second round, we'll add higher intensity modifications, but if you need to, just stay at level 1 if you'd like. All right, let's get started. 10 seconds of warm-up. So we're gonna get in our squat formation. Knees directly underneath the hips. Hands in front for balance. First 40 seconds. 1 foot up, next foot up. So I'm in that low squat position, I come up. 1 air squat, and then I come back down. Beautiful, take your time. You absolutely do not have to do this quick. As you can see, I am not doing this quick. Breathing here. If you can remember, unlike myself, to switch legs every time. So from this position, booty's back, booty here. Make sure to keep those abdominals on. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oof. Perfect timing. All right. Now if you have soda cans, or if you have some water, or if you have weights, we're going to do those alternate curls to alternate overhead press. Now I like to do my curls with the dumbbells facing me, and I will turn the dumbbell from here. We go 1, so now my palm is facing me. Exhale down. 2, palm is facing me. Exhale down. Bring them above our shoulders so we look kind of like a cactus. We're going to do right arm, left arm, and bring them back down. I'm sorry about the cactus analogy. There's a long story behind why I call them cactus. I say cactus, so we start like a cactus and then we end like a tree. I'm sorry. That's there's a more technical term for how we use these curls to overhead presses, but for now, that's how I remember it. All right, we're almost there. Right arm, then left, and then relax. All right, since we're already standing, beautiful. If you're staying off your knees, gorgeous, I'll have you come up. We're going to do those 2 toe jacks to 2 elbows to knees. Spine nice and elongated. You're going to make sure to bring that foot to the hand, not the hand to the foot. So you want to make sure to keep that hand, I don't think I did, keep that hand at shoulder level. Woo. So where are you feeling this? Abdominals on the sides and on the front. The front? That sounds really vague. On those abdominal muscles right in front of your belly button, all up here. Woo! They're what is bringing those feet up. Woo! Keeping that spine elongated. Belly button pulled in towards spine, so we're not hunching over. We're keeping that chest nice and high. And if you hunch over, you're probably going to fall over like I just did. Sorry. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We're almost there. Woo! Oh, and our final exercise. Oh, I'm so sorry, I went out of order. That's fine. We can do 2 toe jacks to 1 burpee. I'm saving the hardest one for last, sorry. So we're going to do 2 high planks in our high plank position. If you're doing this workout off your toes, you're going to come up. We're going to step out 1, 2, 3, 4. So my feet are nice and wide, just to set me up for my burpee. Come up, then I come back down. If you're doing these off your knees, you're just gonna step out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come to high plank position, come up, whoop, and then back down. So from the front, the goal in this workout is to try to minimize that booty bouncing. Woo. So keeping those abdominals on. Woo. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, relax. 15 seconds of rest before we go back. This is perfect. I think I'm going to keep this numerical order of the workout because now we're already off of our knees to get ready for those squat ups to air squats. So again, hands out in front. First of 4 exercises. We're going to bring one foot up, then the other. Then come up, excuse me, you can hit your microphone if you want. And then come back down. Hands out in front for balance. If you want to make this harder, hands up overhead. I have the worst balance when it comes to stuff like this. Anything bringing my hands up overhead, I have a really hard time with. I mean, other stuff too. If that still is not challenging enough, you can take a dumbbell, put it in front of your chest. Ooh, one foot. Then the next, and now it just becomes a front squat, not an air squat. We're almost there. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. So we have those alternating curls to alternating overhead presses. Now, please use your dumbbells if you'd like. If you do not have a dumbbell, I'm going to demonstrate body weight from this position. We're going to take the hands probably about neutral right underneath the shoulders. Now, if I'm doing my right hand first, I'm going to bring it out. Chest comes down. Ooh. Then back towards center. Doesn't have to be a long reach. It can be just a small movement. Exhale, back up. Now, when is this working? Well, the hand that comes out is working our chest, our bicep, our tricep, our balance, our core. And this one that's staying close in is doing a tricep push-up while this one's doing a chest push-up. I don't know if you can, I don't know if you can see from the computer. Ooh, I think I can only do one more. Back towards center, gorgeous. Woo! 2 toy soldiers to 2 elbows to knee. Spine's nice and neutral. Arms come out to look like a T. We're gonna wiggle our right fingertips. So we take our right finger, that was keeping the shoulder blades back and down. That was not very eloquent. Opposite elbow to knee, beautiful. Woo! And now I'm gonna switch to my left hand, then right. Woo! Now what I'm not doing is I'm not turning my body. You wanna keep that spine as long as you can. You're really trying to work the small muscle, well not small, you're really trying to work that muscle group there to bring that knee up to that elbow. It's your obliques. I'm sure you probably know more about obliques than I do. All I know is that they're working. Woo! Breathing here, shoulders relaxed, we're almost there. Woo! And then finally the hardest one, exercise 4-4. We're gonna do 4 toe jacks, off your knees or off your toes to 1 burpee. So from the front, hands underneath the shoulders. From this position, I'm gonna bring my feet out. We're gonna pop. 1, 2, 3, 4. My feet are out wide. I can burpee up, stand up, come back down. Beautiful. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's almost like you're doing what do you call it? A jumping jack, excuse me. 2, 3, 4. Or maybe it's not like you're doing a jumping jack at all. Maybe it's just a toe jack, Rachel. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Woo! Last one. Coming up. Woo. I like to bring my hands above my head to make sure that I stand tall. We're almost there. Woo! Perfect. Oh my gosh. Our first round is done. Our next round. So what we're going to do is work on core and stabilization. So a lot of things in the second round are going to be core challenging in a high plank or low plank position. So exercise number 1 of 4, same time, 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of rest. Take time to grab drink, grab drink, grab water. Grab your water, grab your towel. I'm going to demonstrate with a dumbbell. If you do not have a dumbbell, that is totally fine. I will show you an alternative. Excuse me. So we're going to do a plank up to a dumbbell drag. What does that mean? So, the first part of that exercise is a plank up. From this position, off your knees or off your toes, it really does not matter to me as long as the elbows stay underneath the shoulders. All you're gonna do, I'm a little off center, I'm sorry. All you're gonna do is replace that hand where that elbow is without twisting so much. So from this position, we're gonna come up, up. Now this dumbbell is going to be to one of my sides. So right now it's on my left side. From this position, I'm gonna take my right hand, grab the dumbbell, and switch it to the other side. Hands back underneath the shoulders, come down. So now the dumbbell is on my right side. So I'm gonna grab my left hand, come up, up, grab that dumbbell and put it on the other side. What does that do? That sends me to a 3-point stance, meaning that my core has to work in overtime to keep me stable, because when I grab that dumbbell, my goal is to not turn. You want to keep the shoulders as square as possible, bring it over, and come back down. If you do not have a dumbbell, that's totally fine. You're gonna do your plank up, you're gonna come up, up, and just tap your shoulders. We've done these before. 1, 2, and then come back down. You're still going to that 3-point stance, so it's working the exact same muscle group. So that's exercise 1 of 4. Exercise 2 of 4, side lunge to curl or push press. So if you have a book, you have dumbbells, great. If you have dumbbells, we're gonna practice our side lunge with the right hand first. Right hand, right leg first. We're gonna side lunge. From this position, my dumbbells are in front of me. I'm just gonna curl and come back up. Opposite leg. Lunge, curl, come back up. Now if you have a book, something heavy, a cat. No, just kidding. Hold that book in front of your chest. You're gonna take a big side step lunge, and you're just gonna push out, back to center. Or if you even have one dumbbell, and you wanna keep the dumbbell a little bit lighter, you totally can. You also don't have to add the curl or the push at all. The one thing we're focusing on is that first part of the exercise, that lunge, making sure that knee stays over the shoelaces. Exercise 2 of 4. Exercise 3 of 4. 2 chest, sorry, I'm gonna sigh every time. 2 chest flies to 1 sit-up. So remember what we said all the way back at the first week. Your hands and feet do not weigh nothing. So if you don't have any dumbbells, that's totally fine. From this position, if you do, you're gonna take your dumbbells in your hands. You're gonna do 2 chest flies. Slight bend in the elbows. You're not stick straight like you're hugging somebody. From this position, we come down. That's 1. 2. You can keep your dumbbells if you'd like. You can do a roll up. Come up, touch your heels, and then come back down. If you don't have any dumbbells, great. You're still gonna pretend hug somebody. You're gonna go 1, 2. Sorry, you can do both or single. Arms across the chest, elbows to knees, gently and slowly come back down. You can also do 2 sit-ups if you want to do more sit-ups than flies, or less flies, more sit-ups. Totally up to you. Remember, this is your workout, not mine. That's exercise 3 of 4. 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of transition time. Oh no, and then my not favorite exercise. We're gonna do something called Renegade rows. Excuse me, let me move my microphone. Renegade rows. Whew. Basically, a row in a high plank position. So hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna be in this high plank position here. We're just gonna row one arm, then the other. Then tricep extension. So we're gonna bring it up, extend, back, and down. Opposite side. Up, extend, back, and down. Guess what? If you don't have any dumbbells, that's totally fine. We're just gonna do 2 push-up versions. From this position, wide set. So we're working our chest. We're gonna come down. That's exercise 1. Exercise 2, hands coming closer, and we do a tricep push-up. So from the front, my hands are closer as opposed to wide. So if you bring the hands in nice and close, you're gonna work this back muscle and other muscles too, but that's the main focus. I'm gonna be going through each exercise with you. I promise I'll be offering modifications for the second time around. Keep your dumbbells close if you have them. If you don't worry about it. Let's take a deep breath in. I always say that, and then I always worry about it. Deep breath out. We have 10 seconds. We're gonna start that plank up to dumbbell drag or shoulder tap. So 1 dumbbell. I'm gonna put this on my right hand side. I'm gonna start off in low plank position. I'm gonna bring my left hand up just to replace my elbow, then my right. I'm gonna grab my dumbbell, put it to the other side, and then come back down. So what I like to do to make sure that I'm keeping track of alternating arms is whatever side the dumbbell is on. Right now it's on my right. This time, my left hand's gonna come up. Woo! Still keeping that spine nice and neutral. I'm sorry, I'm looking down, I should be looking up. To keep that spine neutral, don't let that spine dip. Your spine's gonna follow your eyes. Glutes squeezed, keep breathing, we're almost there. Whew. Gorgeous. Exercise 2, that side lunge to curl or push press. So from this position, feet together, directly underneath the hips, we're gonna step out with our right leg, push the booty back. Left leg stays as neutral as possible. We're gonna curl and come back up. Now our left leg, step to the side, woo, curl, woo, excuse me, and come back up. So from the side, what does that look like? With my left side, I come up, out to my side, push the booty back, curl, so my spine's nice and neutral. Weight is in this heel, and then coming back up. To the right, if I only have one dumbbell or one thing that's heavy, push forward, back to center. We're almost there. Again, you don't even have to use the weight. I think I kind of copped out on that last one. I was like, oh, this is hard. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Exercise 3 of 4. Those 2 chest flies to sit up. So let me move my microphone again like I knew I was going to. If you have dumbbells, you're going to pretend like you're hugging somebody. Feet can be nice and neutral. Toes pointed up towards the ceiling. From this position, we're going to come down to 1 chest fly. 2. Now if you have your dumbbells, beautiful. You're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Touch your heels. Depending on how heavy your dumbbells are, guess what? You don't have to touch your heels. I know, I act all tough. These are really heavy for me. Breathing. Rolling it towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Gently, slowly roll that down. We're almost there. Now remember, if you don't have any dumbbells, that's totally fine. Remember, your hands don't weigh nothing. And gently and slowly come up. Gorgeous job. I'm not going to lie, this is not my favorite exercise, but that means I need to work harder at it. Those 2 Renegade rows to 2 tricep extensions. Hands underneath the shoulders. Whew. From this position, I'm just going to row right towards my chest. Exhale back down. So I'm not turning when I row. My shoulders stay as square as they can towards the floor. Now, I'm going to take that other dumbbell up, extend, back and down. Now to my right, up, extend, back, and down. Now if you're thinking, oh, this is too easy, we're going to extend the legs, and we're going to row 1, 2, up, extend, back, and down. I think I'm twisting my hips too much. Please don't do that. Woo! And down. Remember, if you don't have dumbbells, totally fine. You can do those shoulder taps. And then we're done. But we're going to do it all over again. So we're going to go back to exercise 1. Oh, exercise 1, which is that plank up to dumbbell drag. So if you don't have any dumbbells, from this position, we're going to come up, up. Right now I'm in that high plank position. I'm going to tap my right hand with my left shoulder with my right hand. Good Lord. Back down. Woo. Beautiful. And now we keep doing that. Woo! Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. I'm so sorry today I keep looking down. That's something I'm going to work on today, I promise. And if you still have your dumbbells, great. Move it from one side to the next. Remember, you're still going to that 3-point stance. You're still working the exact same muscle groups. Ooh. Even if you're doing those shoulder taps. Trust me, I know. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you know too. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We have that side lunge to push or to curl. So if you have both dumbbells, let's pick them up. Excuse me, my microphone is talking to me today. Excuse me. We're going to take our right hand, right leg. We're going to step out, come down, curl, back down, and back to center. Beautiful. Remember to keep 95% of that weight in that heel. Exhale back to center. Especially when you come back to center, abdominals on. Breathe here. Sorry, I caught my own breath there. Talking too fast. Doesn't really happen. I don't do a lot of things fast. Talking is one of them. Breathe here. We're almost there. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. That's why I kept forgetting to tell myself that. 10 seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember, you don't have to have your dumbbells at all. You can just use your hands and push. As long as you stay in that lunge position. Exercise 3 of 4. Oh my gosh. 2 chest flies to that sit up. So now, I'm not going to bring any dumbbells with me this time. I'm going to go ahead and just lay down. I'm going to pretend like I'm hugging somebody in front of me. Now when I do this, my abs, my shoulders, my biceps are activated. So it's like I'm trying to punch something. So I'm going to drop one arm, the other arm. I'm going to cross my arms, come up from a sit-up, and then back down. Now when you come up from that sit-up, at the top, you don't just want to fall back. You're still working as you gently and slowly lower yourself down. I don't really know of anybody that just falls out of a sit-up. I'm sure it happens, but just to reiterate, when you come up, abdominals on, gently and slowly come back. Last 4 exercises of 4. So last time we do this for 40 seconds for 4 exercises. We're gonna do that Renegade row to tricep extension. Now, I demonstrated it with the dumbbells earlier. From this position, we're going to do a push-up. So we're going to come down. This is if you do not have any dumbbells. Now you're already off your hands. We're going to go tap, tap. Now, I know that might seem simple, but I promise you those shoulder taps are working those triceps, and that's the main thing that we want to do in a tricep extension, hence the name. Woo! If you have those dumbbells, you're doing 2 Renegade rows to 2 tricep extensions. If you're doing them off your knees, great. If you're doing them off your toes, even better. Woo. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Woo. We have our Tabatas after this. Keep that butt low. Glutes on. Woo. And relax. Oh, I thought that was going to be a lot smoother. That was intense. Breathing through your nose, out through your mouth. It's only going to get more intense for the next 2 exercises, I promise. About 4 minutes left, and then we're going to start to cool it down just a little bit. So I always like to plan my cycle classes or any of my strength classes, putting the hardest, I put that in quotes, sometimes it's not hard to some people, for me it always is. Always put the hardest work near the end, not exactly at the end, you want it near the end. That way your heart rate is elevated enough to where you can complete the exercise and you're nice and warm without injuring yourself, but you're not burnt out. So that's the goal when we get to this part, is that we're nice and warm, we're nice and flexible, but we're not like over it. Look, you can still be over it as long as you do the exercise. So we have 2 workouts, 20 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest or a hold in this position. So what's the first exercise? 20 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest for 4 rounds. Oh my gosh. Our first exercise is lower body and core centric. Let me make sure that I move everything out of the way. We're going to be doing jump shots, single leg. So again, for me, my left leg is the stronger leg out of the 2. I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to use my hands. I'm going to come back, touch the toe or the floor. So right now, my right leg is back, left leg is forward. Side profile view. It's just like in those stretches. Remember those stretches at the very beginning? That runner's lunge? Same thing here, only I'm going to take my right leg and come up. So it's a hop. You absolutely do not have to do the hop. If you just want to take a step back and bring that knee up, totally acceptable. You have 20 seconds of work. We're going to do that twice on the left leg, then twice on the right leg. You have 4 rounds total. You can rest for that 10 seconds or 20 seconds of that single leg jump shot to 10 seconds of split lunge. Oh, you do not have to do that. I can already tell my booty. Where are we feeling this? We're feeling it in our booty and our quads. If anything hurts or feels uncomfortable in the knees, absolutely stop. Take some time. You can do air squats. You can jog in place until that knee recovers. Remember, this is your workout, not mine. I want you to be safe, happy, and healthy. I'm going to be quiet. Let's go ahead and get to it. So we have 20 seconds of work. Single leg jump shot off the left leg. I'm going to be right here with you. We can do this in 3. Woo! In 3. Right leg back. 2 and 1. Touch that floor. Bring that right knee up. Beautiful. Whew. Oh my goodness. If I could stay in one place, that would be great. So it's a slight hop. You absolutely do not have to do that hop. You're more than halfway there. I just need to because I need to. In 3, 2, and 1. If you have that left leg forward, you can hang out in this lunge. Remember I said it was a hold, or you can just do a split lunge. I'm also going to be using my hands a lot more, bringing that right hand down. So notice that I'm using my hands to help with my momentum. Oh my gosh, I am already burning in this glute muscle, more than halfway there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I want you to look where you're hopping. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Woo! Back to that split lunge, or you can rest. You absolutely do not have to do this. We're going to switch legs in 4, 2. Oh, now my right leg forward, left leg back. Give yourself a moment to catch up. It's different on each leg. As you can probably see with me, I fall over a lot on this leg. I don't know why. I'm right-handed. You think this right foot. Woo. Okay, 10 seconds of hold. Sorry, I can't finish a thought. You would think I'm right-handed that this right leg would be stronger than the left. Woo! Last round. Left hand down. Left knee up. Woo! Breathe, breathe, breathe. Remember, take the hop out of it if you don't feel like hopping today. These live forever on our YouTube channel. So if you want to go ahead and visit this workout later and hop, you totally can. Woo! Last 10 seconds. Oh my gosh. I'm going to pretend like I'm running, even though I'm not going anywhere. It's a great metaphor. Almost there. And rest. Oh, that 4 rounds. My goodness. Shake your legs out. Do a little bit of a dance. We have one more Tabata. Oh, so if you're like me, I like to punch things at the gym. Probably see the punching bag here. Sometimes they get used, but sometimes, I mean a lot of the times. So I'm going to incorporate that into our final Tabata. Where if you don't have any dumbbells or weights, totally fine. Guess what? We're going to squat. Come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have dumbbells? If you do have dumbbells, oh no. You're going to pick them up. Hold the dumbbells over your shoulders. We're going to squat. Come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to our squats. Our 10 seconds of rest can be just that. Rest. Put your dumbbells down. Step and touch. Rest. Or you can hold in that squat. It's completely up to you. We have 4 more rounds. 20 seconds of work. 10 seconds of rest or hold. This is it. So last time we have to do this. If you want to, probably ever. That's something I never really say. All right. Whew. Let's squat. I'm going to do the first round, just the first round without dumbbells. Maybe the last 2. All right. So we got 1 squat. Get low. Come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Get low. Woo. Come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, you know what? I'd rather punch these squats, man. Woo. Where are you feeling those squats? Right here in those quads. So from the side, keeping that booty down. The butt's not out. Tailbone pointed down towards the floor. Abdominals on. We're almost there. Woo. If you have dumbbells, let's pick them up. Let's squat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you notice, when I'm counting, I'm only counting my right hand. So you can count 8 punches or just 4 of one hand. Oh no. Oh no, I have dumbbells. I don't want to squat. Right here, you don't have to hold on to your dumbbells for your squat hold. You can, if you like. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I have to hype myself up when it comes to stuff like this. 20 seconds doesn't seem like long. Oh, but it is when you have 5-pound dumbbells. Whew. Oh, excuse me. Or you hit the microphone. Oh my gosh, almost there. Oh, all right, I have to drop my dumbbells. I'm sorry. I'm going to break form. That's my main goal, is to keep you safe, happy, and healthy. Also, to have you do the full range of motion while keeping proper form. So please, drop those dumbbells. or stop an exercise if you feel yourself start to feel uncomfortable. Well, sorry, uncomfortable is not the right word. If you feel any pain, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been uncomfortable through this whole thing. But that's the point. But you want to be able to go through the full range of motion while keeping proper form. I hope that I bored you enough to know that you're almost there. Woo! And exhale, come back up. Oh, hardest part's over. Beautiful. So now we're going to start to do our cool down. Our cool down doesn't mean not doing anything. Our cool down just means that's what we do. Slow things down. So I'm going to be demonstrating the first of 3 exercises. We're going to be doing a single leg deadlift to a front raise. Now remember what we said all the way back at day 1. Your hands don't weigh nothing. Your legs don't weigh nothing. So this is perfect. We're going to do a single leg deadlift. Again, starting on my left leg. I don't know if this is switched. From you seeing it, you're probably like, no, that's your right leg. This is my left leg. When I'm looking at the mirror, this is my left leg. We're going to be doing a single leg deadlift, meaning the right leg is going to go back, raising that hand up, or hand, raising that foot up, and then exhale, coming back. You can put that foot down if you like. It's more challenging to leave it up. Then from this position, we're going to raise our arms front, exhale back down, and then take that leg back. We have 40 seconds. Now remember, we do everything twice through. So the first round, we're going to do our left leg. Second round, we're going to do our right leg, and it's going to obviously look a lot different, especially for me. Exercise 1 of 3, 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition time. Exercise 2 of 3. Oh man, excuse me. Glute bridges. I don't know if anyone's ever done glute bridges here, but that's exactly what they're working, is your glutes, not your hamstrings. So if anything hurts, come out of the exercise and do some leg drops, I promise you. I'll show you your alternative. So we're going to bring the feet as close as we can to our glutes, to our booty. Majority of the weight's going to be in the heels, like we've done with every squat, every front lunge or back lunge. Hands are nice and relaxed by the sides. Remember, you're feeling it in your glutes, not in your hamstrings. Oops. Also, you can hit your head on the dumbbell if you like. Bring the booty up towards the ceiling. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. From this position, bring one leg up, back down, lower the legs back down. So remember, we're taking it to that 3-point stance, which means our core is going to have to work in overtime. Our glutes are going to have to work in overtime, because what I don't want to see is this leg to come out, everything to collapse. You want to keep those hips up towards the ceiling. 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition time. This is really comfortable. I don't know about you, but nice here. And then we're going to turn over for a third exercise for 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest or transition time. High plank toe tap to side plank. What does that look like? High plank here. We're going to tap our toes. Oh my gosh. 1, 2. Again, going to that 2-point stance. And then we're going to just do a side plank. Come to the side. Back to center. Touching your toes again. So you're bringing the toes to your hands, just like we did in the toy soldiers. 1, 2, and then turn to a side plank. 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I snuck the hardest workout as the second workout in this three exercises, so bear with me, I might complain. Let's inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. We finally have our last circuit. So we have that single leg deadlift. If you have dumbbells, pick them up. Woo! If you don't, your hand gestures are still going to be the same. Switching to the left leg. Right leg goes up for the last time. Exhale, come down. You can put that foot down or keep it raised. Front raise. Gorgeous. Remember to look forward at that beautiful face in the mirror to make sure you know where you're going. You can put that foot down or leave that foot raised. Oh, you're more than halfway there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your spine's going to follow your eyes. So if you tend to look down, your shoulders might arch, your spine might arch. You want to make sure to keep that spine nice and neutral. Pulling those abdominals on. What's in front of your lower back? Your lower abdominals. Ooh, exhale, relax down. Beautiful. Exercise 2 and 3. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw those so aggressively. Those glute bridges. Bringing the feet as close as we can to our booty. The majority of the weight's going to be in our heels. Hands are relaxed. From this position,
You're gonna lift the hips up. Squeeze those glutes. We're gonna raise the left leg. Oh my gosh. Bring it back down. Majority of the weight's in the heels. And then relax down. Now we'll do that again. We're gonna lift the hips up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right leg extended. Bring it back down. And then simply lower down. Take your time. Remember, full range of motion while keeping proper form. Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay, my hips tilted a little bit during that, sorry. Keep the hips as up towards the ceiling as you can. If you think they're high, I promise you, get them higher. We're almost there. And relax. Third exercise, we're gonna turn around. We're gonna tap our toes and then go into a side plank. Now off your knees, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna bring my booty back. I'm gonna push the hips forward, squeezing the glutes. All you're gonna do, come up, tap, bring the knees back down, tap, bring the knees back down, and turn to the side. That's only if you need to do it off your knees. If you're like, you know what, Rachel, no, I'm gonna do it off my toes. I'll say, great, we're gonna keep off our toes. And then we're gonna turn, woo. So the outsides of my feet are on the floor. Exhale back towards center. Toe, toe, and then high. How are you? What's going on? Make sure that that hand is underneath the shoulder, please. Woo! You want to make sure that you're nice and secure onto the floor. We're almost there. Oh, and then relax. Okay, last and final 3 workouts. We have that single leg deadlift to front raise. This time off our right leg. You're gonna laugh. Watch something funny. I'm not gonna fall over a couple times. That's okay. Breathe. So lifting that left foot off the floor. Hinging at the hips. Bringing that left foot back. Exhale, gently and slowly coming up. Keeping the palms down. Raising those dumbbells. If you don't have any dumbbells, that's totally fine. Guess what? Remember, your hands do not weigh nothing. Ooh. Oh my gosh, see, I knew it was happening. I'm gonna put that left foot down, breathe here. Now, in order to keep me from falling over, I can pull my abdominals in just to make sure that I'm nice and stable. Because, there is no strength without balance, and there is no balance without core or flexibility. I'll be quiet now. Yeah, Rachel, we know. Okay, last of those glute bridges. We're almost there. We have 80 seconds of work. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm a mathematician. That should equal some amount and some change of minutes and seconds. Bring those hips up towards the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze those glutes. You can stay here if you like, but if you'd like to challenge yourself, bring that left leg up. Majority of that weight is in that right heel. Exhale back to center. And then give yourself a break. Bring the hips down. And then exhale, push, 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 push. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Right foot up towards the ceiling. Majority of that weight is in that left heel. Back down. And breathe. We're almost there. Inhale, exhale. Left leg now. Up, 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 up. Oh my gosh, I dropped my hips. I'm sorry. Breathe, 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 breathe. Almost there. You have another 5, 4, and rest. Sorry. I don't mean to be so dramatic about all this. Woo! High plank toe taps. Woo! To side plank. This is it. This is your last 40 seconds. You're almost there. Woo! Touch. Touch. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing extra credit. I was just demonstrating what it was going to be like. Back to center. Touch. Touch. Woo! And that hand comes all the way towards the ceiling. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Don't let those hips drop. I promise you, that'll be the last time I say hips drop. Want to make sure that those hips stay stagnant. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I think the computer just froze. I'm no mathematician or scientist, but I'm sorry about that. We're almost there. If you're just joining us, we have less than 10 seconds. Breathe, 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 breathe. Keep the hips high. This hand should be more underneath the shoulder. Sorry about that. Woo! Oh. And rest. Oh. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh, let me pause this timer before she starts to really win. In through nose, out through now. If you're not already giving yourself a round of applause, please do. That was not easy. It looks so much easier on paper than it did in real life. Woo! Let me just make sure everyone's okay. So you did an absolutely wonderful job. If you have time, we're going to cool it down for just a little bit. So whenever you're ready, let's inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. If you need to step and touch, totally cool. Lower that heart rate gently. Let's inhale, bring the arms up. You do not have to use the arms. Exhale, lower down. You can just keep breathing. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that one more time. So if your feet are moving, let's quiet the feet. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, relax the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. Sorry about the commercial. Inhale here. Exhale. We're going to bring the arms down. You're going to take your left ear towards your left shoulder. Your right hand's going to come out and say whatever. Just breathe. Inhale here. Abdominals are still on. Exhale. If you need to take that left hand and bring that left ear closer to the shoulder, you can, or you can just leave it where it is. You did a lot of work in a very short amount of time. Exhale, relax that hand. Head comes back towards center. Right ear, right shoulder. Left hand comes out and says, whatever. Breathe. You're pushing up against an imaginary wall. You need to deepen the stretch. Bring that right hand and pull that right ear towards that right shoulder. Breathe. And exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower that arm down. Head back towards center. We're going to do 2 dramatic shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. One more time. Up, back, and down. Since we worked a lot of our chest today, you're going to take your hands, try and clasp them behind your back. We're in this position for me. I like to have the hands out here. So I'm relaxing the shoulder blades back and down. I'm bringing my chest out. So you're feeling a stretch. I want to say chest one more time, but keeping the left shoulder squeezed. Feeling a stretch in the anterior part of your chest. That's a little redundant. Inhale here, exhale, gently and slowly release. We did a lot of tricep work as well, so we're going to bring our right arm up overhead. I'm going to turn to the back to show you. You're going to try and reach and scratch something right in the middle of your shoulder blades. Right hand's going to come and take that arm. So you're feeling a stretch right here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hopefully in the chest too. I normally feel a stretch in the chest here, but that's because I'm super tight and I don't stretch enough. You inhale here. Exhale, gently, slowly release. So now you're going to take your left fingertips and try and scratch the middle of your back. Right hand's going to come and take that elbow. Again, I like to have it back behind my head, just to make sure I'm feeling a stretch in that tricep as you breathe here. Say one nice thing about your workout, please. You inhale here, exhale, gently and slowly release. We're just going to do one forward fold to stretch the glutes, the hamstrings, all that good stuff. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, we're going to push the booty back just like we did in our warm-up. You're going to come to that 90-degree angle and then exhale, fall down towards the floor. I don't know if any of you have ever taken yoga before. That's probably a really generic question, but I believe they do this. They really forward fold. And then we're going to exhale, come up just a bit to the fingertips. So our spine's nice and neutral, just like we did at the beginning of the stretch. And then exhale, fall down. One more time. You can tuck that chin. You can let the upper body hang. You can shake your head no. Nod your head yes. As you take one more inhale here. Exhale, gently and slowly soften the knees, tuck the tailbone, stack the hips, one vertebrae at a time. Your shoulders, your neck, then your head. It has been my absolute honor to work out with you all these Wednesdays and this one Friday. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. You're wonderful. I look forward to working out with you again soon. All that good stuff. Thank you.